In the standardbred sport, there are countless pieces of different equipment that can be used. But we do call this harness racing. So for this lesson, let's start with the basics: how to harness and bridle a horse.
Hey guys, this is Nicky Ratledge and I am here to do Harness Racing 101 with you guys. I'm going to teach you how to put a harness on and a bridle. Here we go. And over here is where we keep our equipment before we put them on the horse, and we set it all out so you're organized. This is your harness, and this is the saddle pad, which protects the horse's back from the harness. You want to put the harness on from the left side because they see better on the left side. And he is a bad actor. So you throw it up on them, and you're going to grab their tail and put their tail through the crupper. And you want to make sure you get all the hair in out of the way so that way it doesn't pinch him. Because if you don't get the hair out of the way, then the crupper will rub on him. Now when you come to the track, everybody has their harnesses most times set for the horses. They want it to be tight, but you don't want it tight where it's gonna make them kick. But we have ours set because we use different harnesses to jog in, and we have harnesses that they race in. Down here is your girth, which goes on the girth area of the horse. And then you're gonna tighten it up so that way it's around the horse. Now when the horse is just standing here relaxed, I leave it loose because their belly is bloated out. But when they go out to warm up and when they go out to race, we tighten the girth to be tighter. You want to make sure that you can fit a couple fingers in there so it's not too tight. It's like putting a belt on for yourself. And now we're going to put the buxom on, which goes around their chest, which helps hold the harness on as well. The crupper keeps it from sliding forward. The buxom keeps it from sliding back. He likes to play with me. And you're gonna hook it right here, snap it around their neck, and then you have a piece that goes underneath his legs. And then there's the same side. On the other side, you're gonna clip it as well. Now we're gonna put the lines on. Some people like to take their lines off to wash them properly, and some people leave them on the harness, but we had them off. So this part, you're going to hook up around the little washer, and then you have two lines to drive the horse. And you're gonna collect the one, put it up over the horse back, so you're gonna put it over on that side. And then this one, we're going to put through where it holds the line. And then you just sit it there until you hook it to the bridle. And now we're ready to put the bridle on the horse. And we have three pieces to the bridle to put on. We have the head halter, a hood, and an open bridle. You're gonna put your head halter on. The reason why you want to take their regular everyday stall halter off is because they don't race in it. We have special halters that where the head poles sit on them, and it holds their mouth shut. Right over top of the halter, and make sure it's underneath your halter so that way you can take your halter off. Round pieces, you can just clip right to them. And of course I get the biggest horse. He wears a hood next because he's wearing an open bridle and he needs to have the hood, and it's considered a blinker hood with holes in it. So that way he can still see the other horses coming down the stretch. He likes to play. Make sure it's over their ears and down off their eyes. The blinker hood helps keeps him from not being able to see the other horses, but at the same time he can see just a little bit, just so that way he can want to go. You're going to take the head check, which goes to the harness, but I put it over his head, and you're just going to slide it up and push the bit right up in his mouth. Some horses you got to stick your fingers in, some horses just take the bit right away. And you got to put both ears in. And this is your head check, and you got to make sure it goes in the mouth too. Tighten it up, and don't forget your throat latch. And one more thing, you always want to put your cross ties in front of your bridle. And that is because if a horse decides to rear up, it will help stop them from breaking it as easy. It's finally time to go out and warm up. So let's put our lines on. That's our last thing to do. You're gonna put it through the bit, buckle it, put it through the keeper, and double check, and make sure you put both lines on and double check, because you want to make sure both of your lines are on so that way the driver doesn't fall off. Thank you for joining us with Harness Racing 101 with Nicky Ratledge and Homestretch Wes.